Hey YouTube, welcome back. We're doing some vintage cube. We're going to try and fire off one quick 3-0 and we'll see how far we can take this. Uh, the Lorwyn Eclipse has been very good to us, but I have not been playing much Magic. I've been doing a lot of our sponsored game Once Upon a Galaxy. Um, Check it out. I had a 5-0 run or a 5-win run. I did get second once, but it's, a scaling tier. So I'll be doing the thing on Sunday. This is on YouTube. So by the time both videos come out, you'll know how well I did. Probably not getting there because the game is very difficult, and everybody who gets there is best of 25. So I am fortunate enough to be one of those, and we'll be doing some more of that. But we've got a vintage cube fired off here, and hopefully we can get there. Yeah, I've got good headphones for home. My evolution of headphones was I bought Bose foldable headphones and they were very good. And I didn't have a good phone. Okay, my phone didn't have Bluetooth. And then I got these really nice Razer ones, and they were like just giant Princess Leia, very comfortable. I could, for 14 hours, like I've fallen asleep on them. Like they were great, but they were made cheaply. And so the fake pleather top started to deteriorate, and so did the thing that touches my skin. I was like, okay, so that needs to change. So I got a second pair of those because I didn't like changing. And then last year for Christmas, my mom was like, "Oh, what do you need?" And I had recently, 3 months or so back, crushed the headphones in my recliner because my setup is awesome. I've got a rotating thing to go in front of my computer, so I'm actually sitting at my recliner instead of like a chair and a desk. And I'd crushed my headphones in it, and I had busted one of the ear pads to the point where I couldn't fix it. And so I was like, okay, you know, I'm due for some new earbuds. And so I found these earbuds, and they're for people who record and listen to music. And they're the ones that you've seen me with them before, but I can't buy a second pair of them because they are very nice. And so for here, I was like, oh, I can just bring them because they fold, they're Bluetooth and wired. So you can plug in a cable and run a cable, or you can listen wirelessly. So if you're like going on a flight, you got your Spotify on your phone, you're listening to your music, you're great, you get in, you've got the Delta free, Alaska sponsored by, no, ideally, little screen, and you have to plug in. So you get like the cheap ones they hand out, or you can now just adapt. I love them. They're fantastic. Cling clang coming in clutch. I'm a big fan of my earbuds, but woof. So I am thrilled with those, but yeah, the Sennies. Yes, HD they are. It's the V-MOBA X3 Mach 3, whatever the 3 one was. They were very good. They are very good. I just have them at home. The only negative I have about them is like Airball let me use his when we did the sponsored stream the other day because I didn't bring mine, and his were very comfortable, but like heavy, and like I could feel it here. Mine, like here, isn't bad, but it like clamps, and they're not going over the ears. It's like on the ears. So with my glasses, it's just a little bit uncomfortable if I'm listening to music or playing games or anything for more than like 4 to 6 hours, which is really more of a me problem. Ooh, nice. I'll have to look at that because I spend a lot of time thinking about and upgrading headphones for my mother, who, if she's watching, your birthday isn't for another 4 months. Uh, but she was an elementary school band teacher, and in a closet-sized room with fourth graders playing trumpet, um, got a little bit damaged um, ear canals. So we want to make sure that she can hear and appreciate the music best we can. So easy pack one, pick one Mox. Blue Mox, best Mox. Only one other blue card. So, going left, they might pick up on signals that blue isn't super open. If we take the Mox here, what rotates? Or what wheels? I expect to see Bloodgast. I would like to see Retrofitter, but don't think it will. Lauren, kind of not the worst. Shallow Grave is a signpost. But I expect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. So like Shifting Woodland, Aether Spellbomb, kind of what we expect to see on the wheel. We are not misclicking, we're just taking the Mox. Okay, Mox Hole Breacher is a vibe. I that just feels very good. So zeros, ones. There's 3 blue cards here. It is unlikely that the person directly to our right is blue, which means that we should see some better blue coming in 2 and 3, or in 1 and 3. I like Hole Breacher. Thought Scour is interesting. I like Recurring Nightmare. Okay, there's a lot of options. Ice Till Explorer, we got to do the thing last time. I don't think we'll get to do it this time. Soul Guide Lantern and Thought Scour is where my brain wants to go. Like Artifact and Blue Card seem great. I like Recurring Nightmare, but deciding on a second color is rough, and then taking the only other blue card, because we know we're not seeing anything in the wheel in blue in pack 1. There's a lot of graveyard stuff going around. If we were in pod, I'd pick Soul Guide and stay out of black, but we're not, so I'm just going to take the Thought Scour here. Consider is fine. Tezzeret seems pretty good. Prof seems pretty good. Flame is it's not a wizard. So I'm kind of on the, stay blue plan. Consider Hole Breacher, Profs. Like Tezzeret fetches the Mox, but what else are we getting with it now? This just cycles and makes other things big. Like, I don't know that we're ever going to try and go off with like a VV combo. So I think Tezzeret's better than, jumping into another color. Another cantrip is a little bit redundant. So we'll take the Tezzeret here. Blue looks pretty dead. Fear of Missing Out is fine. I don't enjoy Is It very much, so I'd like to stay out of it, but only for like personal reasons. Grease Wench Goblin, if we had gone for the eidetic memory, would have been better, but I think we take Stern and then expect to side it. Thieving Skydiver, Relic, and Brazen Borrower, all good cards, so kind of feeling good about that. Third Past Iconoclast, interesting pickup as well. because that triggers Tezzeret. I know I want to stay out of Izzet, but right now we have one creature spell and everything else triggers the Iconoclast. Like Skydiver and Brazen Borrower are both very good cards, though. If I want to get that on the wheel, I take Borrower now and see if we can't get a little greedy. Okay, it looks like white is open. We saw a lot of black earlier as well. So the Creeping Tar Pit fixing for black seems good. Balance also pretty powerful in our low creature count deck. So for me, it's in between these two. I don't know that we're Devil. We're not aggressive enough. We are certainly not aggro. So in between Tar Pit and Balance, because of the mocks, I think I take the Tar Pit. And we're starting to lean blue-white, but maybe blue-red. Fiery Confluence is pretty good. Scooter is interesting. And a blue-black Talisman. Maybe we should have taken the other one. But right now I'm between Talisman and Confluence. And Talisman with Tezzeret is better. But if we get the wheel, we'll wish we had taken the Confluence. Fairy Mastermind just wheeling is bizarre to me. The Aether Spellbomb is interesting because we can get it with Tezzeret. But the Hull Breacher Talisman, or the Hull Breacher Fairy Mastermind is perfect. This is white. This is red. This is green. If we think that we're going to go Balance, the Unexpectedly Absent is interesting. The Delayed Blast Fireball, though, does... I think we'll take the white card on spec. A lot of black synergies. The Reoccurring Nightmare Wield, I don't know that we're in that deck. Is it better than Haywire Might? It's between these two. Like, the Might is fine. I think we're more likely to play Might than we are to get a good enough blue-black with what we've already passed in black. So we'll take the Might. It works with Tezzeret. So Seer, Zern Orb, Lion Sash. Lion Sash is part of this White Splash plan. It is an artifact. So we'll take that over the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Get Lost is better than the Goblin. And then we did wheel the Iconoclast, so we'll take it over the Witch Enchanter just because I don't like... No, I think we're just off the artifact plan, which is a shame. Or the red plan. So right now we're kind of a blue-white control-y build. Fourth Aerolingus, very powerful card. Nothing else crazy. Talisman is decent. Spellseeker's fine. Yeah, nothing jumps out at me here. We don't have enough fetches to make Brainstorm powerful. We don't have enough fetch. We don't have enough search abilities to make Brainstorm powerful. But early white removal with our white removal seems fine. Malcolm, Frantic Search, Leyline of Victory is good in our blue-white control-y shell. Tidebinder, Washi Tong, okay. We're starting to have a game plan. I like a Washi Tong. 6+. I don't think we're running Stern Scolding. Like, some of these are not locks. It's just approximations and curve. I like a Palace Jailer. I like a Mystic Confluence. Shoki, Bobble. What's not wheeling? Blue's being cut pretty hard. I'd rather have the Mystic Confluence than the Palace Jailer, but Shurikai tends to wheel, so hopefully this Bobble or Vista will come back. It is colorless but not an artifact for Tezzeret, notably. Okay, so this pack is great for us. Lorien, Tundra, Skyclave, Ledger Shredder, all good cards. I think we just take the fixing. The Sensei's Divining Top is the other option, I guess. Divining Top plus Tezzeret is just infinite triggers. Artifact synergies fixing a target for Tezzeret. That might be better. But Tundra, Shredder, Skyclave in that order is what we'd like to see on the wheel. So right now these are like my first round cuts, but I like what we've got going. Oh, I like it. I like an Urza. I like Urza. I like Time Warp. I like Voice. Gadgeteer is great. So Gadgeteer I think will wheel. Time Warp and Voice I don't think will, but Hull Breacher Urza speaks to me. Okay, Parallax Wave, Battlesphere, Mardiki. I'm good with all three of these. This hitting my own Urza's Hull Breachers into a balance seems very good. Battlesphere is nice, but I don't know that that's our primary game plan. Teferi, Tolarian Academy, Thraben Inspector. What we're trying to do is open. Do we have anything that the mana sinks for Academy are going to count towards? Because our artifact count is pretty low. But I mean, this is what? A pick 7 Academy? Teferi's probably the right pick there, but Tolarian Academy is a great upside. Means we do have to prioritize artifacts a little bit more. So this is 2 off-color talismans over Tam and Spellseeker. That seems right. Instant or sorcery. Spellseeker does get us the balance, which is interesting, but I think we need the artifacts in order to hit Urza on 3, Parallax Wave on 3. Sarah and Frantic Search both pretty reasonable here. It is card disadvantage, but really cute with Library. Because I want to draw a card, Frantic Search, then draw another card, because I am super greedy. Portable Hole is interesting. It is early, it is artifact, it is tutorable off Tezzeret. I think that is the pick. Wistfulness and Talisman also fine. Shurikai did wheel. Brain Freeze and Lorien. I don't know that we can do enough to get Brain Freeze, but I think that without any duels, Brain Freeze is better to combat our opponents who have mill strategies. Basalt Monolith, we cannot go infinite with, because the 3-drop did not wheel. Am I playing Ocelot Pride in my balance deck? Like, oh, I've got my artifacts, blue-white, control-y deck. What do I want in there? Do I want a Blightsteel Colossus in my artifacts deck with Tolarian Academy? Or do I want this 1/1? Do I want Force of Negation to protect and, counter my opponent's stuff? Or do I want this 1/1? I hate it, but I'm not going to pass it. Okay. Soul Cauldron doesn't work in our deck. Thundertrap Trainer is pretty decent. Mox is great and aggressive. We can make up for it with Library. Squadron is good. It's an artifact. So I'm kind of on Squadron, Mox, Trainer, Isle as the 4 cards I'd like from this pack. I think Artifact, Mana Sink, like that just is better. Hopefully the Shelldock Isle or Thundertrap Trainer is still here. I don't know that we're aggressive enough that we need Mox. There's an On-Color Talisman. Wow. There's a bunch of stuff here. One of the talismans wheeled earlier, Quantum Riddler and Council's Judgment, are both very interesting. I do want Emrakul. Like, I never don't want Emrakul. But I think this is Quantum Riddler over On-Color Talisman. We just have to skew heavily for white because we've got a couple double white pips and our existing talismans do not generate white mana. Echo. Echo, Echo, Echo. So Echo and Thopter Foundry both being here is sad because Echo Hull Breacher is great. And then Thopter Foundry goes infinite with Urza. Ajani is also just stupid broken. So I want the Echo because Quantum Riddler Echo solves my additional cards. And then Saheeli, Thopter, Memory Lapse, Ajani, Everflowing Chalice. This pack is great. Like, I'd take 4 cards from here. I don't want Show and Tell. Lava Spur Boots is meh. Coalition Relic does a thing. I think I'm just taking the mana fixing. So we're taking the Sword of the Meek, hoping that the Thopter Foundry wheels. Mox Opal is good. Do we have enough artifacts to turn it on? We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah. We can do this. Is Mox Opal better than Aang? Will Aang wheel? Somebody took a Teferi. But, like, this is a pretty late Mox. We'll get out in front of it. Wrath, Aang, Coveted Jewel, all pretty good. Oh, we would have had Brain Freeze Breach. Okay. We're starting to look at big cuts. We are controlling. I think the Wrath is better. Take a No More Lies because we have 0 counter magic in our blue deck. Or do we double up on draw 7s because of Hull Breacher? Okay, so Zerta is... I just glossed over this because we had other options. Zerta is infinite mana with Basalt Monolith. Which allows us to... a third way. So we went a little bit more fun than good. Zerta Basalt Monolith is infinite mana for the Thopter Sword combo, which is certainly incorrect. Wow, last pick Aang feels great. So we've got a lot of cuts to make because every card we drafted is currently in our deck, which is good because we have a lot of good options. Okay, so Witch Enchanter's a land, and so is half of Mox Opal and Mox Sapphire. Eagles of the North plus Mox Opal is a land, but we have no dual lands, so it is just a cycle for white, so I don't think we're running it. So 4 lands, 4.5 lands, puts us to 33, so we just have 10 cuts. Love it, love it, love it. Big mana stuff. All of this is good. Lingering Souls, we have the black to do, but I don't think we're trying for. Frantic Search is a little bit too cute. Can we make Zerta a companion? We did a Zerta companion already, didn't we? Yeah, our first 3-0 was Zerta companion, no Tinker. So Giver works. Ocelot Pride doesn't, so Zerta is not a companion. But I don't think we're Giver. I don't think we're Stern. I don't think we're Might. I like Mastermind. I think Brain Freeze is too slow. Lion Sash, despite being an artifact, isn't great. That's mana fixing. So it is these two as a package turn on what? We can transform Aang. We can draw a card with Shorkai, and we can cast our deck with Urza, is what we're looking to do there. And we can sink mana into Washitong. So 6 cuts. So Pride is fine. I think we only run Thought Scour if we're also brain freezing. We have no way of manipulating our deck. Thopter Sword is great. So we're looking at cuts. I don't want to cut anything. I think this is asking too much. And so if we tempo and cut the control side, because balance plus echo memory jar is, it's a lot. Pride Oust, Portable Hole. So we need 2 more cuts, and it's not Thopter Sword. Is Coalition Relic too slow? At some point, our Tolarian Academy gets turned off. We've got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ang borrower is like our only interaction. Is the second double white pip for unexpectedly absent only good enough for chunky? So if we cut here and here, and we rely on echo jar library to keep us ahead. So it's 16 and a half lands. Oh, I do not want to. Why are you putting a swamp in my deck? So it's 16 and a half lands, one more cut. We're running 41. Okay. This has legs. So I just had to open up the stream real quick on my phone for no particular watch streak reasons. So this deck is great. I think that this deck in a best of one is not as good, but having the pivot of balance or brain freeze is wonderful. Oh, we greed. We greed so hard. A one lander that makes no mana or that has no colored sources. Oh yeah. Leyline of victory, baby. Uh-oh. We might have greeted too hard. So opponent is blue-black reanimator is what we just figured out with the, oh, you got to stack your stuff. I know we were greedy, but that is disgusting. How do you like it, opponent? So they will draw 0 cards, then discard 3. And these treasure tokens will cast Aang, which I am excited about. There is a art to sleeving that I do not have down. Setting up for the show, sometimes I do like the I'm helping kid way of like, oh, we're sleeving up. Here, give me a stack. I'll help. I am so behind pace from the rest of the team. They're just like, oh yeah, I'm sleeving, and Nerd Girl's like pulling out 8 cards at a time, half sleeved, and then just grabs the chunk. And I mean, it's like the tablecloth trick. It's just the trick for the show though is I am now a side loader inner believer because it is wild. So this gets me Urza. And Urza Aang feels good enough to get there. If I squadron, so I can tap that for blue, this for white, cast Foundry, which they know about. And then they shouldn't see Aang coming. But that might be enough to convince them to stop attacking with the spirit token. Wow, okay. Pretty clutch Hull Breacher. Looks like a blue-black reanimator deck. We know from the MTGO interface that they have a card that cares about graveyard order. So I expect it to be one of the reanimate the top card of your graveyard. It gains haste. So if that's the case, they've got Biggins. Do we want Unexpectedly Absent? Is Echo Memory Jar bad because of that? Hull Breacher? Are we just off that game plan, or do we care about our plan enough? So if we don't care about our plan, or if we don't care about that, we get rid of a big creature by having fewer. Is that just where we're at? If they've got a bunch of draw spells, is Brain Freeze good? I don't mind. Harville, I'm pretty sure it's like the when you download Once Upon a Galaxy, once you open it up, it it increases the locational gravity, and you are not able to, uh, and it slows the passage of time. Like it just like, oh, I just played 4, 5, 7, 12 games. Like, surely it can't be midnight. Ooh. But it definitely has that vibe. It scratches so many. Did we learn our lesson? We did not learn our lesson. So I don't have to activate now because I'm going to play land drop down. No, I do have to activate now. I tapped wrong there. I should have tapped the island for it. I was like, oh, I'll cast Fairy Mastermind, but now I'm representing blue blue instead of being able to unexpectedly absent something. So I think if that's the case, no, I'm gonna flash in Fairy Mastermind. They've got a bunch of draws, so we might get the extra value there. Just a reminder, we kept a one lander in a 16 land deck, so I don't really appreciate this. But Bowmasters and Hull Breacher in the same deck. And Shieldred? I think that we are in this race. Yeah, so my introduction to the game, I saw it on stream, and then when we were at Portland, they had sponsored the booth, and so they ran like a Nerd Girl called it like a slots tournament, but you get everyone starts at the same time, and it's MMR ranked, so like new players are playing against other new players, and whoever gets first gets 3 points. We're not playing against each other; we're playing in our own thing. And so as fast as you can play, you accumulate points. You know, 3 for a first, 2 for a second, 1 for a third, nothing for losing 4 and up. And so I just got hooked. And like my second build was animals plus Goldilocks, and I was just like, oh, I figured this out. I solved the puzzle. I feel smart, and it was so fun. Are we about to get stormed out? This is wild. We're definitely bringing in Brain Freeze if this is. We did not see this part of their deck last game. Yeah, it just like Mama, Papa, Baby, and Goldilocks. Like I don't really figure anything out that's too crazy, but like that is a very powerful deck, and playing the Hannibal Elephant with Goldilocks, that is powerful. They've done a fantastic job. If we lose this game, I'm not even mad. Everything that they have done is perfect. But 721, yeah, no, that'll do it. So stern scolding answers the 2 threats we care about. Brain freeze and memory jar are instant speed ways to mill them out. Um, Oust relevant because of the hate pieces. Lion Sash would have been nice that game. Oh, Lion Sash was not supposed to be in the main deck. That's one of the things that we'll have to adjust for game 2. Um, yeah, that is not good enough. That is fast enough. That is not relevant. And this might be too slow and loots. So we'll run back like this. So hopefully this isn't Bowmasters. That would be worst case scenario. So we are going to balance here, and it's going to chunk their hand. Do we want to play a land to get an extra card? I think yes. So I think we Witch Enchanter tapped and then balance. I do not want to pay life. I do want to balance. Kill this. So this is 2 mana, sacrifice a card, or sacrifice a land. Kill 2 threats, opponent discards 4 cards. Like, worse. Oh. Click 2 I control, sacrifice the remaining. It's not a bad way to rebuild. So I don't want Parallax Wave. I think I'm going to draw Washitong with that being the intent, and then keep up Aang as a response. Because I can crack top to do it. Unfortunately, it both cost mana, so if this is a Hull Breacher, I am cooked. Okay. Now I feel okay. Because I have Aang plus top. I honestly thought that they had an answer for it because they did not fetch, they did not, like, in their counter spells deck, they did not counter spells. So this turn we're safe, and then next turn they have Hull Breacher again. Oh boy, if this is the occult and we get to Hull Breacher it again, So that game just, who's got Hold Breacher? Sure. Maybe not the most entertaining Magic, but we had it twice. All right. One down, two to go. But I think that the same skills that lend themselves to Cube and Limited Draft apply very well for the Once Upon a Time. It is a very Magic focused, fun game. So I think that, oh, I'm going to take Sword of the Meek so that way I can also get, like, having that, you know, solved puzzle of these are all of the tools in this draft pod, etc. The card pool, the TFT, knowing when, okay, yeah, I need Garen because if I can get Mecha online, then we're set. It's nice. So I think that this worked out well. Okay. So I think we are top go, and not spinning an upkeep because if we hit Sapphire, then we turn on Opal. Opponent has more than we do. You know what's really good against clues? Hold Breacher. Oh, that's cute. Magnetic Mine? So that shut down all of what they've got going on. I hope don't crack a clue. Okay, they have infinite mana. Okay. So here they're making infinite 4/4s with Thopter Foundry. So right now our opponent's going to make infinite mana and then make an infinite number of 4/4s and then say go. But if we hit a Thopter Foundry, we can go off. If we've got memory jar and stuff, like this whole breacher it keeps us live. Opponent did a great job building this deck. Like, sure, they got Mana Crypt, but putting Candelabra in your Gadgeteer deck, getting Gadgeteer and Monolith together, like, yeah, they did it right. So Echo there keeps us live. And then there's Sword. So we were one card away in our theoretical. Instead of drawing Island, draw Echo. And then our 7 is Mox, Thopter, Squadron, Sword. It gets us into... Oh, no, because then we don't have Urza. Okay. But we were close, and that was a wild game for being just turn 4. If that is the case, opponent's drawing a bunch of cards. Do we try and brain freeze? Lion's Sash we said we were going to take out, but we can brain freeze them if they're drawing a bunch of cards. And then we desperately need another answer for I think this is fine. I would like to play first. This seems good. I will ang just about anything here. Not that. So they can get this down, but now they can't protect with Caracas. So that allows us to absent it next turn. A little choked on white mana, even though we have 2 additional white land sources. So we definitely built the mana base correctly. Oh, that's biggin'. So Shorkai plus Aang is good, and we have one more turn. So that was their first card that they drew, and then they'll draw one more turn, and then after that, it'll flip. So if we can get 4 in the air, and then Shorkai can generate a couple, is it worth playing out the squadron instead of squatting it? I think that answer is also yes. Now, I do not like our chances here. Oh, also, I'm on the wrong side. Sorry, I was blocking my hand. I didn't realize we had it swapped for doing the once earlier. Karn. No way. These constructs are huge. Oh, that was cool. So we have our in case of glass hand. But I think we lose. Like Echo does things. Brain freeze is how we can win through this. Oh, no, no, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, Lion's Eye Diamond doesn't tap for mana. It just sacrifices it. So you can tap it, float one, and then sacrifice it as a tap thing the same way you do clues. I'm just taking this here. If we don't win alternatively, we don't win at all. So if we chump these four, we take 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have an extra turn. Or we can chump through an extra turn. So if we play Thopter Foundry and then cast Quantum Riddler, we'll draw 3 cards. We are then tapped out and can't Brain Freeze. Or if we Thopter Foundry, we can loot and still Brain Freeze. So if we discard Talisman, we can play Island and Quantum Riddler. Holding up Brain Freeze and intending to chump. We are dead with the Saheeli. They can copy a construct. Bummer. Yeah, we had a bunch of interaction that, just tempoed Urza, Jam Urza, and their Talarian Academy, Mox Diamond, or Mana Crypt. They got out ahead of us. But I think that Urza's Mistake is a good deck to lose against when they're playing actual factual Urza. Sweaty Aardvark. End boss for the 3-2. We have kept one landers before. This is not one we will. Ooh. I suppose we used up our luck earlier, but this feels bad. Like, if that was a white source, this is fine, but we're going to play out Island, Library, Go. Opponent is free rolling. A turn late on the plains. That snowball, I think, is going to be too slow now. Ooh. I got a bad feel about this one. Oh, yeah. So we're just forcing them to play the Meat Hook Massacre, but we're not doing anything else. Like, I'm putting this under the Parallax Wave as well. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They did a good job holding this meat hook for just the right turn. It's possible I'm supposed to give them back their board and exile the fairy rogue. I think I played that poorly. So we lost this game because we mulled to 5, but we didn't give ourselves the best chance to win. If I had used the last counter on Parallax Wave to exile the fairy rogue token, I now have my board versus their board. So when they meat hook massacre, it's it doesn't wipe the Washi Tong. They didn't have the mana for it, but we are in trouble. Fortunately, Jace bounce Washi Tong isn't great. Not Kaido. Fallen Shinobi will take it. I think I definitely blocked the fairy rogue just to force the Douthie bounce. I'll trade. Think I won't? We are going to crack this in my upkeep. Or we can... No, we'll crack it afterwards and put this card in layaway. Like obviously best case scenario, it's Hull Breacher. So they get a Shinobi. I think I hold open Douthie if I'm them. I also bounce Thundertrap Trainer. No fucking way! They got our Hull Breacher. That is a war crime. No. All right. We never should have run this. Everything else is fine, but Wrath, Balance seem very good. Stern Scolding, nah. I cannot believe they hit our Hull Breacher. We've been sitting here praying for our top deck for so long, and they're just going to casually flaunt that. I think Tezzeret doesn't live long enough against their deck. So hopefully we don't mold a 5 this time. A blue source lets us get out Urza. If we don't, we still have Aang. Will you discard 3 cards to stop me from doing Urza things? If so, I think I take that trade. I think this is a bluff, and I'm going to call it. They can discard 3 cards to kill Urza, which cannot be worth it. And then if this is now souped up with counters, I can bounce it with Aang. You know what? Happy to be wrong. Like, subtlety means Aang resolved, Washitong resolves. That's fine. I will for sure trade half an Urza for a subtlety and Douthie. We're just going to bounce this now. So this is more important, not as a combo piece right now, but as a converts Aang. Because Sword of the Meek, fantastic draw here. Mox, great draw. Island, A draw. Interesting. So if they discard 3 cards, it becomes a 4/5, and Aang becomes a 5/5. And I can transform him because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enter comment about this being a bluff attack. Ugh, this feels good. I know we are definitely the bad guys here, but this feels good. I'm also going to point out that opponent played Modern Horizons card, a Modern Horizons card, Modern Horizons card, into a Modern Horizons card. So I don't feel bad about doing this. Whoop. This makes me happier than it should. So I definitely want Stern Scolding against that deck for sure. And they showed us Animate Dead, so Lion Sash might have been correct in game 1. Maybe Parallax Wave is... Maybe we cannot tempo out this deck. But resetting a frog does feel nice. Is Ocelot Pride just too slow against the Meat Hook Massacre deck? And without Tezzeret, top is too slow? Okay. You can convince me that this is right. So round 3, match 3, to make sure we stay net positive. Talisman into Mopal into Washitong seems fine. I don't think I'm casting this as a creature. And I don't think that I remember seeing stuff I need to blow up. Like, yeah, the Meat Hook Massacre is annoying, but I'd rather have 3 life against this deck should I need a land. And we have Washitong, so I think I'm going to want a land. Play draw hurts. Not having the blue source hurts. Have we seen Armok Sapphire? We did. We saw it once. I can't totally complain. Ooh, bummer. Frog, pitch Atraxa, is exactly why it's banned. Don't do it. Don't. Okay. That's okay. We would like to see our one piece of graveyard hate that we put in our main deck accidentally and never saw. Interesting. So we can turn on Mox Opal and bounce the frog. And then Urza Frog Foundry, or Urza next turn, gives us the additional mana. If we don't play out Foundry here, can we go off next turn? Like, we know that they have a Douthie and Subtlety. Subtlety stops us from doing it this turn. But if we play Sword of the Meek, Mox Opal, can we afford to bounce? Or do we have to put the combo in and then go off next turn? Brain is not looking forward to doing math 8 o'clock on a Friday night. This is pizza and beer time, which is weird because I, very big beer drinker, like my alcohols, but soda goes with, like, I want root beer or Coke with pizza. Like, that is what I'm looking for. I can just Thopter Sword bloke, and that seems fine. And if we untap, Urza is infinite. Oh, geez. It's going to give it lifelink? I've messed with my opponent who, like, definitely. So if they go for a swamp Douthie line to shut off the Foundry, we can bounce it and still win through it, which is great. So they got Mana Drain, Douthie Voidwalker, Bitter Blossom, and Swamp. Oh. That means they're drawing a card here because I didn't do it in response. I'm getting sloppy. It's the end of the night for me. Ugh. So we just need them not to have subtlety for this Urza. If Urza resolves and doesn't get subtletied, we win. If it doesn't, we lose. So I like Vintage Cube. It's okay to have some Modern Horizons cards in Vintage Cube, but having the Douthie Metamorphosis Frog Subtlety deck be the thing that kicks you out doesn't feel good. Where everything our deck did um, but we're at 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. I'm like, oh, can I actually chump and take 7? But I think if I had gotten the Thopter sword off first, I don't take that initial 4, and I'm still at 17. And then they still have 3 cards in hand. Then I can, no, because I have to sacrifice my blue mana or my sword. Shame that one ended up the way it did. I think the deck was fine. Mold to 5 there was super rough. Urza's Mistake did a great job building a very artifact-centric deck that had one more threat than I could answer. But let's see. I've got 1 commander card, 2 commander card, 3 Modern Horizons, 4 commander card, 5, 6. I guess I have enough that I can't complain too hard. But the flavor of the deck isn't Modern Horizons. Oh, yeah. You were useless. Yeah, the mold of 5 in game 3 costing us game 1, and then the Modern Horizons hate coming in game 3. I don't know. I still had fun. Opponent 2 did a great job. I think that 0 moles and, you know, that much fast mana into game-winning threat into, like, yeah, that'll do it. Well, YouTube folks, thanks for hanging out. Sorry we couldn't convert, but life is good. Oh.
Bye.
All right. YouTube folks, I'll catch you next time. Go check out our sponsored game, Once Upon a Galaxy. And until then.